a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We are a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. As God's bread, and so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the one to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making, we're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Well, learn to realize, oh, that a change can only come.
Thank you very much. These are two consignments seen here. So donated by two institutions. One is the Turkish Life, it's the Turkish Right Person, and the other one is from the Turkish International Cooperation and Aviation Agency under the Prime Minister. The donation came following the announcement by the government of Gambia regarding the 2011 funding As a result, His Excellency, my ambassador, Mr. Jibril, the Gambian ambassador to Turkey, approached, and also Madam June approached students in Turkey in order to solicit their support particular national by the government of Uganda. As a result, they donated the school containers, and this is why we are here today on behalf of the ambassador to present to the government of the Republic of Uganda. This is why we are here. Well, we're targeting the National Disaster Management Agency, NEDCO, and also all other organizations in the country. These are the institutions that all donations. Well, they are the better ones to tell us who really are in need of this food. Our presence here is just to hand them over to them, and then they will do the needy people.
Why you want to get started? Very happy. I feel
relief that I was able to do this with the help of my husband and the members of the I'm very delighted to have this food turkey coming to the Gambia. What do you think this food because as you know, we have this food crisis in the Gambia. I think it will go a long way to at least assist the needy. Are you optimistic about the harvest this time around compared to last year? Inshallah, we're hoping for the best. As we have seen in the weather forecast, that it should be fine. We just keep on praying that it is as we want it. Inshallah, we hope for the best.
Do we foresee more of this donations?
Inshallah, we will be coming every other time to bring something. I'm trying to get anything I can from Turkey to Gambia, with the help of my husband and his deputy and the members of the Gambia embassy.
Well, I'm very grateful. I'm really impressed that we have people out there in the Gambian nation who are thinking about those back home, and the donation of has ensure that it is the needy families and also benefit other institutions that are there to especially in difficult situations. We're very grateful to Chika and to our husband and wife for supporting us and continuing to support us and taking out their back. I appreciate this donation because it comes at the very right time. We're in the rainy season, you know about the food crisis we have. It affects certain regions, but there are also very destitute families in the urban area that need also to be supported.
Do you think our people have done?
Indeed, if we have all our missions and letting these gestures and also having other groups supporting, really it will help. Because back home also we do what we can to ensure that families are
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. Our children. We are the ones who make a better day. So let's start giving. So let's start giving. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. All right, let me hear you. We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. Let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Yeah, yeah. We are the world. We are the world.
Monica, there are the Needy Charity Foundation.org.gm. You can find it. I'm in projects on the way. Some of them are the mothers in Sham.
Driver, I said, you drive your own charge sheet.
Because I could come match, I will match you and then we take the other.
Tell us about it. Yeah, boss. Your charge Bato is food boxes. All right, let's send them. Okay. I tell you them.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening.
What's your name, madam?
Aissatou Gueye Diouf. Why Aida is my home name or nickname, whatever you call it.
Okay. Yeah, we've witnessed the distribution of some food items this morning. It's been a hectic day. We've been on it since morning, so we want to know what is involved actually.
Very hectic. It has been hectic for the past 3 months, but alhamdulillah, everything is here for now, and we just want to distribute. These ones are going to be distributed by the Needy Charity Foundation because we acquired these aid from the Turkish Red Cross.
Okay.
But what we did is we gave some to the Social Welfare Department under the Ministry of Health, and we gave the National Disaster Management, and we gave the Red Cross, Gambia Red Cross Society. And this rest, the rest of the aid is going to be distributed by my charity, inshallah. That's what we are hoping to do in the next coming days.
Okay. Can we please know the items that are involved in this?
These ones are donated by the Turkish Red Crescent, and they contain, as you can see, rice, sugar, flour, salt, macaroni, chickpeas, and bulgur. Each carton contains 20.75 kilograms of foodstuff. And the other packages, as you can see, these ones are donated by TICA, the Turkish Cooperation Agency, Coordination Cooperation Agency, or Cooperation Coordination Agency, whichever way they put it, is donated by them, and it contains rice, sugar, macaroni, and flour too. Yeah, it's all for the Gambian people because the TICA consignment was donated to the Gambia government through my husband. Yeah, he was the one who, acquired the TICA consignment. So those are these ones, and we've given the most of them to the National Disaster Management, and as I said, the Red Cross and the Social Welfare Department. Yeah, those were acquired by him. These are acquired by me. Yeah.
Charity organizations are non-profit making organizations.
Of course.
So running such organizations is definitely very hectic.
Very hectic.
And what are some of the constraints that you face with regards to
Financial constraints. Financially, it is very, very hectic. Because as the charity is very new, we don't have enough funds. We just take our own, the little resources we have, we always use to just keep things going. But it is not easy. It is very, very hectic. But thank God, God is helping me, inshallah. And I'm seeking and asking prayers from everyone to help me, to pray for me, so that I can do more than this.
What are your further intention?
I have so many projects in the pipeline, which I think would be possible in the next 3 months, inshallah. We have the TICA agents coming to the Gambia next week, so we're going to tour the hospital and look at what areas we can help, and also maybe with the new Parliament building, and also we want to help the Kololi multipurpose center too. So there are lots of projects in the pipeline. Hopefully by the end of the year some will be realized, we hope.
Excellency, first of all, let me take this opportunity to give thanks and praises to the Almighty God for this day, and also to use the opportunity express on behalf of my see the ambassador, Mr. Diouf, and Madam Diouf also use the opportunity to approach so many Turkish institutions and organizations in order to solicit their support and intervention in that regard. One of the institutions visited was the Turkish International Cooperation and Coordination Agency. It's called TICA, which is under the Office of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Turkey. And during the meeting, Ambassador Diouf also used the opportunity to present to the President of TICA, Dr. Cham, the page document, and also solicited the support of TICA for their intervention. Excellency, the President of TICA also gave assurances to Ambassador Diouf in that they have donated a container of foodstuff, and inside the container you have about 1,550 bags of assorted food items. You have rice, macaroni, sugar, flour, beans. And in another development also, Madam Diouf also, through her charity foundation, met also with the head of the International Relations Department, Mr. Khan, who also supported Madam Diouf's foundation, and then also donated another container of foodstuff. This is why we're here, Your Excellency, on behalf of His Excellency the Ambassador, to present to Your Excellency through the right agencies to distribute the food aid that was donated by these two institutions. Excellency, before I conclude, let me take this opportunity also to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to the following people and organizations. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Sheikh Professor Al-Hadi Dr. Yahya A.J.J. Jammeh, for the opportunity and then also the leadership quality that has been given, and then supporting also our endeavor in our mission areas. Let me also thank the government and the people of Turkey also for the cordial and excellent relationship that has been established. Okay, and also the Turkish ambassador. I think the cordial relationship that we have shared between our two missions, that is the Turkish embassy here in Banjul and the Gambia embassy in Turkey, has been very well cherished. Let me also express our appreciation to Dr. Cham, that is the president of TICA, for such donation, and also the Turkish Silai also. Let me also thank the Ministry also of Foreign Affairs for soliciting all this support in making our work also a success. Finally, Your Excellency, on behalf of Ambassador Diouf, I want to thank you, and through you, to His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia, for all the support that has been rendered to us. I thank you, Your Excellency. Floor to the Ambassador.
Madam Diouf, Gambian ambassador in Turkey, his wife, and all the members of Gambian mission and their guests. Whatever happens in Gambia, as soon as we are informing my country what assistance we can give to Gambia, we do our best. But apart from us, you have also mission which is very effective in Ankara. They also do whatever possible to build a bridge between the two countries. So this small thing is their success. They did everything to bring to Gambia. But my embassy here has just started to function. We have finished our contracts with our chancery. Now my staff is coming, and beginning of September will be also, like your embassy in Gambia, fully functioning embassy. And after that, I expect we will see sceneries much more alive. And I again thank you very much, Excellency, to see us today, and I thank you all the mission what did for Gambia. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Handing over as after. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I want to recognize, of course, the Ambassador of Turkey to the Gambia, as well as the Deputy Ambassador of the Gambia to Turkey, and Mrs. Diouf as well, and other members of their delegations here present. The mayor of KMC is here with us, and National Mobilizer APRC. And of course, there are many senior government officials here present, but among them, the Director of Executive Director rather, National Youth Council, and also the Director of Social Welfare, who are recipients, I think, today, as well as Red Cross, I presume. Red Cross might be here. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. A.J.J. Jammeh, to thank the Turkish government first and foremost, to thank the Turkish NGOs and other humanitarian bodies in Turkey. Of course, through as well our representative to Turkey, both Mrs. Diouf and Deputy Ambassador, and also through the Ambassador himself. Mr. Diouf, Ambassador Diouf would have loved to be here himself, but due to unavoidable circumstances and tight schedules, he couldn't be here. But he's ably represented here by Serigne Modou Ndiaye, Deputy Ambassador, and also Mrs. Diouf. I want to take this opportunity to thank all those who've donated in one way or the other. Because this is not the first time that we are receiving these sorts of donations from Turkey. I remember a whole helicopter load of items were also given, and several times, that's not the, in fact several times, to the Gambia, and assortment of food items were also delivered before. When we had the floods, flash floods, when we had even other drought problems in the Gambia, even though we didn't have a chancery then in the Gambia or an embassy. But thank God today, we have an embassy in the Gambia as a result of course, the clarion call of His Excellency the President for Turkey to be represented in the Gambia. He made every effort to ensure that we are represented, because you are a very important partner to the Gambia government. In fact, even when we didn't have the chance, all of us would remember that the Turkish government helped us with GTTI. You remember the foundry in GTTI is thanks to Turkey. That's the first stage of industrialization. If you have a foundry, it gives you the opportunity to produce a lot of items towards industrialization. So we should thank you for that first and foremost. And having said that, we thank you for all the other assistance we've given to the Gambia government. For example, in the army, thanks to you, we have advisors in the army from Turkey who are helping us. The Turkish gendarmerie training team was the first one, but later we had others, advisors from Turkey who are attached to the Gambia Armed Forces. And on behalf of His Excellency the President, who is the Commander-in-Chief, we thank you for that as well. But in this instance, thank you also for the beneficiaries of these assorted items that you are giving, food items. I can assure you it would go into good use, because the recipients are who? I know all of them. They are credible institutions and people. It's the social welfare, the NDMA, National Disaster Management Agency, and it's also the Red Cross. These are really, once you conduit anything through them, the rest assured that it will reach the ultimate beneficiaries. That I can assure you. And it will be put into good use. So we want to thank you on behalf of the beneficiaries as well as the benefiting institutions here present. So once again, thank you, and may God bless you. We only hope, there are other things we discussed with Turkey, we hope we can broaden the cooperation beyond the areas I've highlighted. Now that we have a chancery, we are taking advantage of it. We know what Turkey can provide. You have a lot of potentials to do a lot. I know Ambassador Diouf and staff have done a lot, in fact, in trying to broaden the cooperation. I remember even the Gambia Women's Federation benefited from that cooperation, where we wanted to have assistance from the Turkish women's associations as well. So we hope through Madame Diouf, and also, of course, to Deputy Ambassador Serigne Modou, we'll be able to have a lot more assistance in that area, and of course, Ambassador Diouf himself. So we hope we can broaden that cooperation. On other issue we raised with the Turkish government, I remember, at other times, was to have the Turkish airline also visiting the Gambia. You come up to Dakar, it's very close. Come to Gambia and link us to Europe. And that's another challenge. I've raised it at various levels with various Turkish officials and personalities, and we hope we can take advantage of that opportunity as well, that Turkey has to link Africa to the rest of the world, particularly through Europe. We know you can do that. As I said, we know the potentials you have. Even in this day and age where we have an economic crunch the world over, Turkey is doing well in Europe, I can tell you that. Everybody's eyes is in Turkey now, because really they've somehow, I don't know what magic they have, but they have succeeded socio-economically. So we can learn from your experience in that area as well. So once again, thank you, and may God bless. Thank you very much.
There comes a time when the world God's great big family. And the truth, you know love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free. As God has shown us by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world, we are the children, we are the one to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making, we're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. When you're down and out, there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Well, let us realize, oh, that a change can only come when we stand together as one. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. We'll make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. We are the world, we are the children, our children. We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving.
Yeah.
I am Tamba Eskinte,
Okay.
Chief Executive Officer, Kerawanire Council, responsible for the day-to-day administration of basically on the development projects and programs in the region. Hello? I'm really let you
Yes, sir. Okay, you said you are responsible for.
the day-to-day administration
Okay.
and coordinating development projects and programs in the region. As enshrined in the Local Government Act, area councils are responsible for all the development projects and programs. Therefore, we are empowered to know whatever is happening in the region, because I, as the chief executive of a mini government in the lower than the central government, we have all the structures as it applies to the central government. We have the village development committees, which are the grassroots. We have the ward development committees, that is sub areas, cluster of villages put together to form wards. And of course, at regional level, we have the council with 16 councillors and 3 nominated. Nominated people are representing the women, the youth, and the traditional rulers. So in essence, we are overseeing the entire region. I sometimes call it a smaller government of lower than the central government. At our level, we undertake, we give services, we provide services, we contribute to education, health, environment, to name a few. We also coordinate development projects and programs. We have a memorandum of understanding with NGOs operating within the region, so that we don't duplicate efforts and resources. We are aware of whatever is being done by whatever agency, because if not, there will be too much of concentration on one area. Once we were called here by Madam Juve, we will know from here that Medina has benefited from a relief assistance. Now, this will be on record, and where somebody else wants to come to do the same, we would give him an advice that, well, unless it is for Medina specifically, but otherwise we have the information. I'm so happy that I'm being invited here by Madam Juve to know what she is doing, and also during the process we are thinking of trying to give her a profile of the region to know what we are actually doing, because you can never help, you can never come to intervene when you don't know what somebody is doing. And as a council, well, with the limited resources we have, the most thing we do is to sensitize the people, for them to know their role, their rights, and what is their role, and how do they participate in nation building or developing themselves. We have the belief that without participating, without community participation, without the involvement of the people in their own, trying to solve their own problem, there will be no sustainable development. It is only when they know who they are and what they are supposed to do. The empowerment is already there, as far back as 2002, when it was said that the slogan of the government was power to the people. People must understand, it's not power to fight, but power to be yourself. Tell the people what you need and let them come to assist, but not what they think they can give you. Gone are those days when when we apply those kind of systems. What would normally happen is they would say, well, Madam Juve from Turkey brought this for us. You see a building, they say the cameraman, the video cameraman built this structure. No, the builder, whoever is to come and do something has come to do it because there are people. And those people should be able to know what their problems are. and come out frankly to tell whoever is interested to help them to say, we want to do this.
Okay, I heard what you said. Anyway, can you name few that is within your region? What are the most major problems facing now?
Well,
Just few.
we have water, of course, refuse collection and management, because the population is increasing and the garbage is also increasing. So these are two areas: water, sanitation, and of course education. We are intervening in education by sponsoring children at basic cycle up to high school. But we are now seeing that some people want to go to the university once it's available in country. They are asking us to see if we can give any assistance. And the money we have, the resources are not enough to cater for sponsoring students at university. Why we want to have sponsorship of students at the university is to have them educated and bond them so that they can come and serve the council. Because we are always being talked about like no capacity, no the council staff are not competent. So why not educate young ones? Over time, they can come and serve you to fill those very important positions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tamba.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a
Hope to
pleasure.
meet another time.
Okay, thanks. Thanks.
You offload us.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one.
Cross, and it was given to the Needy Charity Foundation, and we want to distribute the aid today to Medina Siring Mas, which is one of the villages affected by the drought, last year's crop failure. And we have distributed some to the Social Welfare Department. Others have gone to the NDMA, National Disaster Management Agency, the Red Cross and SOS, and some of the DARAs. So this time it is the time for Medina Siring Mas to get their share. So hopefully we will do the distribution as we want. So, can someone help me? Just, dama leen bëgg a woon li nga xam ne moom lañ indi ak li nekk ci carton naa ne seekeen ñe njaween ñe njaayeen ñi dina baax ci ñoom. Aja andi xaaral da nga def ni bi macaroni la ci carton bu nekk liñ leen a woon moo ci nekk.
moo nekk ci benn bi.
Macaroni.
lii macaroni la ñaari paquet mu ngi ci carton bi. carton bi yëpp li fa nekk moo nekk nii.
ñeenti paquet la sax foog naa.
léegi yeneen ñaari paquet ñëw na. muy ñeneenti paquet macaroni ci carton bi.
am na ñebe bi tam façon yi ñebeem la.
kii moom petit pois la beneen ñebe la muy petit pois baax na ci Modou Wilane.
bi tam beneen façon yi ñebe la.
bii haricot la dinañ koy def ci cere yi ak soosu yàppa yi baax na ci togg ci jigéen ñi haricot la.
Members, villagers, assalamu alaikum once again. I have the pleasure to be here once again to present to you this food aid donated to the Gambia through the Needy Charity Foundation. It all started last year when I met the president of the Turkish Red Cross, called the Turkisilay in Turkey. I happened to meet with Mr. Ahmed Akhtar through a family friend and asked him for food donation to the Gambia. Mr. Akhtar introduced me to Mr. Khan Saner, who is the head of the International Relations Department of the Turkish Red Crescent. We had an interesting conversation and they promised to give us food aid. They did all the necessary logistics and delivered 1,000 boxes of assorted food items to my residence in Turkey. The food items consist of rice, sugar, beans, flours, bulgur, chickpeas, macaroni, and salt. I again approached the same Turkish Kizilay, which is the Turkish Red Crescent, for the transportation of the aid to the Gambia. But unfortunately, they said they were not able to freight the items to the Gambia due to the war in Syria, which has made them overstretched and handicapped. Then I decided to thank them for the donations and started looking for help from other institutions. I wrote to TICA, which is the Turkish International Cooperation and Coordination Agency under the presidency of Mr. Sader Jam, through Mr. Halil Ibrahim, who referred our request to Mr. Mehmet, who is in charge of the Africa desk in Turkey and in particular the Gambia. He promised to help. Fortunately for us, my husband, Mr. Jibril Diouf, had an appointment to meet with the TICA president, Mr. Jam. During their meeting, Mr. Diouf reiterated our request for the shipment of the aid donated by the Turkish Red Crescent. And during the discussion, Mr. Diouf further requested assistance from them in response to the Gambia government's appeal for food assistance due to bad harvest last year. Mr. Jem promised that they will freight the Kizilay aid and will also donate some more food aid to the Gambia.
Thank you.
To our surprise, they donated 1,550 bags of assorted food items consisting of rice, sugar, flour, and macaroni to the Gambia government through His Excellency, Mr. Jibril Diouf, Gambian ambassador to Turkey. TICA then paid for the freight of both the Kizilay items and theirs. They did not stop there, they also paid for our air tickets from Turkey to the Gambia, to and fro. I am accompanied here by Mr. Serigne Modou Njai, who is the Deputy Ambassador of the Gambia at the mission in Ankara. He is not able to be here today due to some family engagements, but did send his regards. Finally, I want to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency, Dr. Alhaji Yahya A.J.J. Jammeh, for his unflinching support for the diplomats outside the Gambia, especially in the mission in Ankara. I would also want to thank my husband for giving me the time and the chance and the support to engage in what I take as my hobby, which is helping the needy. I would also want to thank my family, who are always the victim of my work, and they understand. I also want to thank Kizilay, which is the Turkish Red Crescent, for this generous donation, and TICA, the Turkish International Cooperation and Coordination Agency, for their kind support and generosity.
Thank you.
I would also like to thank some of my sponsors, like Dennis Fennery. If you can remember, I think we are all familiar with the name, because they were the ones who shipped the first consignment here to the Gambia at their own expenses. And the Akbai family and all the diplomatic missions in Ankara, especially the staff and the of the Gambia Embassy in Ankara. I want to thank you all for listening, and thank you all. I hope you enjoy the food.
Thank you. Jërëjëf Aida.
Aida Gueye balagay la ko mol benta. Waji aw na yoon baax na andale gi ñor na. Dëgg 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 nit soo jàngee am ci barke rek mu njëriñ la njëriñ nit ñi.